Alright, so I just got done repairing my GreenWorks Pro 80 volt. This is from one that actually came bad out of the box. I had some spare cells, so as I took it apart, probably about half the cells had exploded. They are Samsung, Panasonic. The new ones are Samsung cells. They're just the 18650s. So I bought a cheap spot welder on Amazon. That seemed to work okay. I had to remove these. All 5 of these cells were bad. The rest seemed to be good. I had 60 volts up to this point. Now when I meter across, positive, negative, I actually have 80 volts. So I had to put in some new nickel strips and then resolder the BMS connections on there. The little cheap battery welder that I got on Amazon, it had a hard time with this, so I, some of this was from the original. The battery had actually leaked a little bit, so that's what some of that black stuff is. But I hit it about 40 or 50 times. As you can see, I went through and did it, quite a few times on there in order to make sure that I got it good and welded, and these are very secure. So I like that little $35 put it together yourself little battery welder. Seemed to work pretty good. Like I said, I had to end up having to cut this in 2 spots here, and then 1 spot here, and then remove that screw that holds this little section on. Seems to be pretty secure. Probably the one that's least secure is this one right here. It's still attached on one side back here, but I did have to cut it on this side to get it lifted enough to get this cell out, because I did not undo the whole thing. I didn't want to take the whole thing apart. But all in all, it turned out pretty well. I had to. That's another one. It's like I could have redone that one. Yeah, I still might. If I have an issue with it and I tear it apart again, I might redo that one. But basically, it's just put 4 strips on it, or 5 strips on it. Resolder the BMS connections, get the wires back in, and yeah, I think it's good to go. This might be a little off. I might need to figure out some way of taping this together or something. Looks like it's a little bit off, but worked out okay. I still got to get a couple pieces back together, but I've got 80 volts on the thing. I'm happy. Used some old cells that came out of a warranty replacement battery, or that they warranty replaced because it was bad out of the box. And then they didn't want me to send the old one back, so I took it apart, got all the good cells out of it, used some of them in a flashlight, got some of them in a radio for spares, because they are good 18650 cells. Yeah. Turned out okay. Like I said, got 80 volts on it now. Woohoo!